Hi, welcome to the Open the Door to Tai Chi Beginning Homework series. These videos are intended for you to start to learn some of the movements of Tai Chi. Now, whether you found us because you're taking a class from a certified Open the Door instructor or you're just looking to learn some Tai Chi, this is what those videos will help you do. Of course, Tai Chi is much more than just learning the individual movements. Throughout these videos, you'll hear me refer to some of the underlying principles, things like columns or moving from the dantian. As you learn more Tai Chi and you learn the flow of the form, you'll also learn to apply these underlying principles. And that's where the benefits of Tai Chi really start to happen as you understand those underlying principles. But as a beginner right now, don't worry about that too much. I want you to enjoy these videos, learn the individual movements, and keep going with Tai Chi. Welcome to Beginning Tai Chi Homework number 2. We're going to start with hold the ball to transitional movement. Bringing your weight all the way over onto the right. Bring your right hand high and your left hand underneath. It's as if you're holding a ball. Stepping to the left, bring the weight all the way over to the left, bringing the left hand high and the right hand underneath. Stepping side to side, practice your hold the ball. Making sure that that elbow is relaxed. I don't want that elbow up. I want it to be relaxed down so that you don't build up tension in your neck and your shoulders. Now we're going to do Chi walking. Chi walking is not a movement in the form necessarily, but it's the basis of all the movement in the form. Bring in your left foot forward. Bring a little bit of weight onto that foot, then rock back, opening your body up about 45 degrees. Bring the weight all the way onto the left and step straight forward with the right. Bring a little bit of weight onto that right. Rock back, open your body up about 45 degrees. Bring the weight onto that right and step straight forward with the left. I want you to imagine water flowing from one leg into the next, and you're not going to lift the leg until it becomes completely empty. So let's try that again. Bringing that left foot forward. Bring a little bit of weight onto the left. Rock back, opening your body up. Now as you bring the weight onto the left, that water has to flow from the right leg into the left, and don't lift this right leg until it's completely empty. Then you bring your weight a little bit onto the right, rock back, open your body up. Now the water has to flow from the left leg into the right, and don't lift this left leg until it's completely empty. So the first movement in this beginning Tai Chi homework number 2 from the form will be called single whip, and it uses a different kind of hand position. The hand position is these first 3 fingers touching lightly onto the thumb and then letting your wrist be soft. I don't want it tight, just softly dropped. So if you bring that right hand out, touching those 3 fingers to the thumb, letting the elbow stay dropped, that's what we call a bird's beak with the single whip. So coming into that single whip, bring your weight over to your right. Now this left hand, I want you to bring this left hand up in a counterclockwise circle and then turning your body, turn out into your single whip. So again, with single whip, you're forming that bird's beak, bring the weight over onto the right. The left hand comes up in a counterclockwise circle, then you turn your body as you step out into your single whip. So now from a single whip comes a movement called wave hands like clouds. I want to go over the wave hands part first, and then we'll start from that single whip and you'll see how it flows into it. First, take that right hand and just draw a clockwise circle. And now use your torso to draw that circle. Good. Now take that left hand and draw a counterclockwise circle using the torso. Good. Now you're going to put the two of them together. Start with that right hand drawing the clockwise circle, and as it comes down, the left hand comes across. And you can see it's like a big ball in front of me as I wave hands like clouds. My hands are actually moving together as if they're holding a ball. So now you will learn to walk with wave hands like clouds. That one was just the upper body. Now we're going to move with it. So I want you to form that bird's beak. Remember, 3 fingers against the thumb, bringing the weight over to the right. Take that counterclockwise, come into your single whip. Now to move into wave hands like clouds, your left hand starts and it corrects this left foot. The left foot was pointing out that way in single whip. Now it turns forward. And then you open up that right hand and it pulls that right foot in. And then you step out with your left and pull in with that right. Let's try it one more time. Single whip, form that bird's beak. Come out into that single whip. Then that left corrects that left foot to make it point forward. Then the right hand pulls that right foot in. And then you step out with your left and pull that right foot in. So that's your wave hands like clouds. Now we're going to do a movement called snake creeps, pheasant stands. And that movement also has that bird's beak. So you're going to form that bird's beak with your right hand just like you were. And I want you to come into your single whip. And I just want you to do that counterclockwise circle just a couple times with your single whip. Now what actually happens with your snake creeps is you go opposite of that counterclockwise. Your left hand now traces along that left leg, coming up. Now you're going to bring this right knee up into pheasant stands. So let's try that again, forming that bird's beak. Point that left toe out just like you do in your single whip. But now your left hand traces your left leg, turning your entire torso, bring that right knee up into pheasant stands. You do actually do snake creeps, pheasant stands on the other side, so you have to form a bird's beak with your left. 3 fingers against your thumb. Step out with your right, pointing that toe away. Now you trace that right leg, turning your entire torso, and coming up into that pheasant stands. In pheasant stands, you have your hand is in a knife hand, and that knee is coming up towards the elbow, but you don't actually have to touch it. That's your snake creeps, pheasant stands, and that's the end of your beginning Tai Chi homework number 2.